Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our region's business. Innovation, transformation, momentum. Improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on our region's business, making an impact on the companies that are creating most of our region's jobs, plus manufacturing in America. It turns out to be more opportunity and more jobs than there are people to fill them. But first, the 911th Airlift Wing under fire again, and this time from the Air Force itself. We'll find out what's at stake for our region. Fitzgerald is the Allegheny County Executive, and Sally Haas is President and CEO of the Airport Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome. Good to see both of you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Well, Rich, welcome to your term as County Executive. No sooner do you take office than you're hit with this crisis out at the airport.
Yeah, it's a challenge, and it's something we're going to be being supportive of what our local congressional delegation has been putting forward. They've been very supportive. The senators, both senators, Casey and Toomey, as well as our 4 congressional members have been very, very helpful. And yeah, there's a case to be made as to how we can provide, we in Allegheny County, the 911th, can provide the efficiency that the military needs.
Well, and it's interesting too, because I know during the campaign you really made the airport as sort of a centerpiece for the region's economy, a cornerstone of your campaign. So this is a real blow to that sort of strategy if it actually were to happen.
Yeah, and the airport obviously is a multi-pronged strategy. It deals with the flights that we need to grow, to get more direct flights here, to help our business community be more competitive. Obviously the development that has been going on at the airport, private development that has occurred, and then obviously our partners in the military who, we use a lot of the land is provided for them, and they, help provide jobs, and we provide infrastructure. It's a good partnership, and we want to maintain that partnership and help them be as efficient and cost effective and with military readiness as we can.
And it is an important economic driver for your part of our region, Sally.
Absolutely. When we're looking at this kind of a situation and seeing jobs disappear, and we're talking around 2,500 jobs to begin with, salaried positions that total about $114 million. Now I want to go out and add on to that contractors, suppliers. That's a little over $6 million in contractors. So now when we look at people who live here, who put personal dollars into the local economy, who are tied in with the base, that's over $20 million. So this is a pretty big deal from that perspective. But if we take a step over and look at it from a military perspective, we understand there have to be cost-cutting measures, but here you are looking at Pittsburgh, which is one of the most cost-effective military centers that there is in the United States.
So that's a strategy. Make kind of a business and a mission case to the Air Force and ask them to prove why this decision doesn't fit either of those criteria?
Absolutely. We know that they've based decisions in the past incorrectly on figures, data that was wrong. And we've brought that to their attention under BRACs. Now the difference is this isn't a BRAC. This is the fact that the military is responding to having to make about $480 billion worth of cuts. Now if you're going to cut, this base is one that demonstrates all the things that they're trying to promote. For example, joint readiness. You have already the Air Force, the Air National Guard, you have the Army, you have the Navy that's slated to be coming in, the Marines are another possibility. So we're already creating this joint readiness site. And this particular 9/11 base is exceptional with their preparedness, their rapid response. I don't know, I think they need to be looking at it because it is one of the most cost-effective bases in the U.S.
Community leadership really coming together around this, right?
Absolutely. Again, we've seen our state leaders, our federal leaders, our congressional delegation, some of the business leaders Sally's been able to pull together. And I think that's emblematic of our region. you know, we have been a region that pulls together in these type of issues, and you know, and we've seen success. I mean, we see our national, our unemployment rate 2 points below the national average. We were 4th best in the country in job growth last year, and we don't want to do things, we don't want things to have happen that will undo some of those things. So that's why, you know, anytime there's an issue that we've got to fight for jobs and we've got to fight for the economic wealth of this region, I think we do pull together in a bipartisan manner.
Congressman Murphy's introduced legislation to try to stop this. What's to stop every congressman in the United States concerned about the cuts in their own markets from doing the same thing? Is there any real grounds for Pittsburgh having a case to be made about this?
There absolutely is. When you have over 300 civilians working at a base, the Air Force just can't come in and close it down. That is going to require an act by Congress. So that was one of the reasons that our congressional leaders stepped forward. They saw that we had exceeded that count. I believe we're at 318, and therefore that was an appropriate action for them to take. Again, this is bigger. This is the example that we have here with, as Rich was pointing out, the relationship with the airport, the way that's able to keep costs low. It's very unique. At most military facilities, they're paying for equipment and somebody to come out and clear the runway and fire and crash and all those kinds of services that, because of our relationship with the airport, we don't have to add that onto that fee structure there at the base. So again, demonstrating where these relationships are critical, where these partnerships succeed, that's what this site is all about. That's why it's worth keeping. Okay,
so assuming there's a business case and a mission case, you have hope there actually can be a positive outcome here?
Well, I think the fact that we've got a case to make, and the fact that we've come together in a bipartisan, as you mentioned, Congressman Murphy, also you have Congressman Doyle, Congressman Pritz, and Congressman Altmaier are also helping. So you've got, and I said Toomey and Casey, Democrats and Republicans coming together, you know, and we need to make this case, and obviously President Obama wants to do very well here this year. It's an important part of the map. Pennsylvania needs to be in his column to win, and Western Pennsylvania is a big part of that. So I think there's the efficiency argument, there's the military readiness argument, and then there's the political component. So I'm hopeful that we can bring all those forces together and save this base.
All right. Well, wish you both luck. We've been down this road before with some success, so let's hope we can have at least a 3-peat or 4-peat or however many it's been. Rich Fitzgerald from Allegheny County, Sally Haas from the Airport Area Chamber. Thank you both.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
And next up, manufacturing in America. It's suddenly top of mind in the presidential election. We'll look at the fundamentals when our region's business returns. Stay with us.